Suzuki, also known as Sato, a 29-year-old game programmer, runs to catch the train so he can get to his office and work on the weekend at the start of this anime. But after working day and night and fixing countless bugs, he decided to take a quick nap, which completely turned the situation upside down. He claimed that sleep was his only form of freedom, but when he opened his eyes, a new world greeted him. He initially believed it to be all a dream, but it wasn't. Later, he discovered that he is now a 15-year-old teenager. Before Sato can fully comprehend his circumstances, an army of lizardmen attacks him. Sato is compelled to cast a potent spell in retaliation, wipes them out entirely using special abilities, and gains a level boost to 310, effectively reaching his stats maximum. Sato must now live in this game world as a high-leveled adventurer with a variety of skills and no way to leave it. Sato is still convinced that everything that has happened is a dream, despite having vanquished the captain of the Lizardmen and achieved the title of Conqueror of the Valley of Dragons. Sato was trying to log out of the game while seated on a mountain when he became aware of his new magical skills. He used a meteor shower as a test, but it wasn't far enough away, so he now needs to flee or the meteor shower will kill him. In any case, he was still alive, and Sato decided to stop the meteor shower due to its high risk. Later, he took off his old clothes, drank some water, and napped. After the first episode's adventures, Sato saw a group of people engaged in combat with a wyvern. They were all struggling to defeat the wyvern because of their low level. When Sato saw this, he jumped into the battle to save a girl and brought her to safety. After thanking him for saving her life, the girl introduced herself to him. Two girls suddenly attacked Sato, believing he had abducted their friend. They were all able to get along after Xena told them to calm down and that Sato had saved her life, and Sato learned about the customs of the city of Seiryu. Sato bids Xena and her friends farewell and finds a place to stay. After completing his paperwork, he later obtains a 10-day visa for Seiryu City. Sato made a reservation for a place to stay and asked the innkeeper about the Demon Lord. After finishing his meal, Sato and Martha traveled to Tepida Avenue to buy supplies like clothing and other things. Sato encountered two demi-humans in the market and shielded them from bullies. Then, as a token of his appreciation, Sato bought Martha some hair clips, but we all know he's really pursuing her. After going shopping for a few more things, they both went home, and Sato had a delicious lunch that Martha had recommended. When Sato meets him, she tells him that she has no work today and would like to show him the beauty of this city because he realized he had overindulged when he went to sleep. Sato grinned and consented to accompany her. Both of them sat down in front of the fountain after purchasing patties to enjoy their treat, which essentially just resembled a date. After showing Sato everything, they consumed nearly every type of food. Later, Sato is taken to a church where Sato is told about a holy sword that glows blue if the person holding it is a hero. Later, they encounter Orna, a priestess who serves the goddess Parian. Orna cracks a funny joke about how she sees Sato and Xena as a couple. That makes both of our MCs blush. Orna had an emergency and had to leave, but Xena kept introducing Sato to her city. Sato was saddened by something he saw while traveling. He witnessed people hurling rocks at demi-humans under the mistaken belief that they were devils and that doing so was God's will. When Xena saw this, she leaped in front of them to stop the onlookers from hitting them. As soon as possible, Sato went in search of the master of these demi-humans and revealed him to the onlookers who were hurling stones at the demi-humans. Suddenly, a demon emerged from the accused man's body and started attacking everyone. The escaped demon did something that trapped everyone in his master's cave as Sato attempted to free the demi-humans. He is currently imprisoned inside a cave, and he must complete the quest to get out of this maze. Sato takes over as the demi-humans' new master, providing them with names, food, water, and clean clothes. Together with Lisa, Tama, and Pachai, Sato set out on a mission to leave this peculiar cave. Lisa, Pachai, and Tama are only following Sato's orders, so they are not gaining any experience. Since Sato can kill these bugs even with his eyes closed, he orders them to assist him in killing the large bugs as a means of fixing the problem. However, he wanted his teammates to benefit from the experience as well because, in all honesty, Sato seems like a decent guy. As a result of their collective efforts, their level eventually rose. Sato then gave them food and gave them a 3-hour nap time. As Sato continued to teach them skills, they all grew more devoted to him. Sato, who is level 310, was the only one who could defeat the level 40 undead beast that appeared after a long walk and a lot of monster killing. He saved some people after defeating the monster and then gave Lisa, Tama, and Pachai orders to keep everyone safe from those strange slime-like monsters. Sato locates Xena in the interim and saves her. As soon as some soldiers discovered a treasure box and opened it, the demon who had imprisoned everyone in the cave emerged. In addition to everyone failing in their attempts to kill him, he also called forth his master, the Demon Lord. Sato is the only person who can now save everyone. As soon as Sato showed up, he used his sword to slay the Demon Lord, saving everyone. Now that Lisa, Tama, and Pachai are officially Sato's slaves, everything is ideal. When Arisa and Lulu are presented to Sato as slaves, Sato is unsure whether or not he should keep them as slaves. Sato eventually agrees to a contract and acquires Lulu and Arisa as slaves. Now that he has 5 slaves, they all return to the inn after a brief period of getting to know one another. Sato decided to treat everyone to delicious food as they returned after realizing that everyone was hungry. Additionally, Sato purchased adorable dresses for everyone, demonstrating his excellent character. Sato slept with Arisa and Lulu while arranging a room for Lisa, Tam, and Pachai. At night, when Sato awakens, he discovers Arisa kissing him. He had a strange feeling, and when he saw that Arisa was luring Sato with the help of her abilities, he simply told her to stop. Later, Arisa also admitted that she has fallen in love with Sato and wants to serve him. Sato asked Arisa why she became a slave after she explained to him everything about being called as a hero. They both nodded off. When Xena arrives to meet Sato, she becomes upset when she sees Sato having an affair with Arisa. Sato sprinted to put an end to the confusion. Sato gave his slaves some money and told them to go to the market and buy whatever they wanted once things had calmed down. Sato is acting impeccably and treating everyone as if they were his wives. Sato and Xena are currently looking for a rental property so that they can all live in the same residence. Sato decided to go to the market with Xena after searching and looking after a few houses in vain. Sato's slaves showed him all the new clothes they had just purchased as they were walking through the market. Sato liked an earring for Xena and bought it, and after that they went to the theater to see a play. Everyone, including myself, was ready for the play to end because it was so monotonous. After the play, Xena bid Sato farewell and went to help her wounded allies. Suddenly, a sizable swarm of flying ants appeared and began to attack city residents. Pachai and Tama guarded the inn, while many other soldiers, including Sato and Lisa, stood watch at the main gate. Sato and his slaves are now once again enjoying a delicious meal after the flying ant storm finally subsided. But the mystery had only just begun. Sato was returning home after drinking when he was attacked by an enigmatic shadow, and he was unable to comprehend what was happening, making the reader curious about what will happen next. The Rat Knight and the princess were both injured, so Sato took them to the odd job shop for care. The shop owner recognized the princess right away and gave her a bed to sleep in. Princess Mia was 130 years old, and her name was Mia. After driving them there, Sato returned to Arisa and administered Lulu's medication. After dealing with Lulu, Sato returned to check on Mia, but she was still asleep when he got there. While Sato and Natty were chatting, Mia woke up, and Sato hurried to see. Then Natty offered Sato a horse carriage to make their journey simpler. Sato buys it right away and asks Lulu to show him how to ride it. When Sato and Lulu boarded the carriage, Sato became aware that they were being pursued. Sato noticed an owl staring at him as he turned to look at a tree. When Sato returned to the odd job shop, he ran into Mize, who informed him that a magician was pursuing Mia. He goes on to explain that Mia is a target because of her exceptional magical abilities. Sato rushes to the main hall upon hearing a thunderclap, believing an enemy has materialized. Tama noticed an owl staring at them as Sato was laughing after realizing that they would all be terrified of thunder. The owl that chased Lulu and Sato through the forest was the same one, and by the time Sato realized it, it was too late. The owl changed into Zen, the ruler of the undead, and he was committed to bringing Mia along. Sato introduced himself as usual, saying that he was an emergent as he stood in front of him. What a bad idea it was to introduce yourself as a business person. I mean, you're facing a formidable adversary. I'll introduce myself as a merchant, and after a brief conversation, Arisa and Sato engaged in combat with Zen, and he had the power to kidnap Mia and flee. Sato tried to catch up with him but got lost in a shadow realm. It appears that he used his trap card to quickly leave the shadow dimension. Sato was relocated by Zen to a cradle, and the only way out was to overthrow the cradle. In the cradle, Sato encountered a monster in the form of a dryad. And within the cradle, that monster was capable of moving any individual from one location to another. As he ascended to the 100th floor, Sato encountered a large number of homunculi that had assumed the shape of human girls. A huge iron golem that Sato also faced off against was easily defeated by him. Zen promised to give Sato the holy sword and Mia if he could defeat his entire army when Sato confronted him after climbing to the 200th floor. Zen left with Mia and went somewhere else as his army began attacking Sato. Sato engaged them in battle and swiftly routed his army. It's always entertaining to watch the overpowered main character simply destroy everything. Getting back to the subject at hand, Sato confronted Zen once more. This time, Zen was cheering him on. As promised, Zen gave Sato a holy sword and told him about his tragic life. Zen added that he was betrayed by the people he trusted the most while he was reincarnated in this game. Later, Zen pleaded with Sato to murder him so that he could meet his wife in the afterlife. With Zen's death, Sato obtained the title of Undead King Slayer. The cradle was about to be destroyed after Zen's passing. Sato took all of the homunculi out of the cradle to save Mia the Dryad and the others. All of the homunculi chose to remain with Sato, but he is unable to manage that many girls at once. Can you really blame him? He chose one girl, whom he addressed as Nana, to accompany him. At the conclusion, Sato meets up with Xena and gives her the earrings he bought for her. Sato then set out on a new journey to return Mia to her proper location. And right now, I'm anticipating Sato and Xena's reunion. Sato is becoming more and more interested in this world and eager to learn more about magic. He is developing his magical skills in order to level up. The journey was interesting and enjoyable. After a lengthy and exhausting journey, Mia is finally reunited with her family. Sato also had a memory involving a shrine close to his grandfather's house. The Rat Knights greeted everyone with enthusiasm and thanked Sato for taking care of Mia. Throughout the journey, Sato researched spells. When asked to test one out, Mia agreed and was able to master the bubble wash spells and clean everyone. Everyone slept peacefully, save for our inquisitive Sato who kept acquiring new titles and conducting new experiments. Sato went to an alchemy shop the next day to purchase an elixir for some potions, but as soon as he stepped inside, he was drawn to the magic scroll. Sadly, he had to make a direct purchase because someone else had already bought all the magic scrolls from the shop. That evening, Sato disguises himself and buys the scrolls from the same store. The only reason behind Sato's obsession with these magical scrolls was his desire to advance his own skills. Sato attempts to cross the barrier in search of the secrets of the other side of the forest but is attacked by soldiers. Later, he encountered a witch who invited Sato to her home. On the condition that he deliver a letter to Barkins, the mayor of the city, she instructs Sato on how to make a magic potion. Sato arrived back at his house and received a reprimand from Arisa for arriving late. The following morning, Sato notices the witch's apprentice being pursued by some bandits and rushes to help her. There are currently only 120 bottles left after two enigmatic individuals smashed the cart carrying the potion bottles. Barkins is a cruel man who insists on the agreed-upon 300 bottles. Sato agrees to make the missing bottles in accordance with the contract. Sato instructed Mia and Arisa to assist the inanimate while asking Lisa, Tam, Pachai, Lulu, and Nana to assist him in making the vials. Sato first researched how to quickly dry the vials before attempting to concoct a healing potion using the information that had been imparted to him. We all know that Sato was excellent at everything, and he finished the 300 bottles of potion before dusk. However, things are only now beginning. Once more attacking and destroying everything were the bandits. In order to prevent the bandits from destroying the potions, we hid them because Sato already anticipated that something similar would occur. When Sato returned to Barkin's office, he gave Sato the go-ahead to leave the city. Sato delivered the 300 bottles of healing potion before dusk, despite the fact that he could never have completed the order to do so. However, Barkins would not sign the delivery note because this is Sato, and Sato can do anything. At that point, Count Kuhano entered the room and offered to sign the document on your behalf. Count Kuhano fired Barkin after the witch revealed his heinous deeds. When Barkins learned this, he became enraged and attacked Kuhano. They were engaged in a fierce battle until Sato intervened and prevented Kuhano from killing Barkins. Then Sato suggested that Barkins be imprisoned rather than put to death. Sato detailed everything that had happened during his travels in a letter to Xena after taking control of the situation and making everyone happy. Our fantastic anime comes to an end here and the clip is over. Sato and his crew continued on their journey. I'll be uploading many more videos like this, so if you like this one, please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you at the next one.